Well, hello and welcome to Quarantine Cafe, everybody. I am here with Mimi Tanski right now. How are you, Mimi?
I'm great. How are you, Callum?
I'm doing great right now. So I know you from Boston, but you're not in Boston right now, right?
No, I'm in the South Shore, so kind of.
Cool.
Boston-ish.
Yeah. We're in the South Shore.
Westport?
I have
my parents. Yeah.
Cool. What's Westport like?
It's pretty nice. It's by the ocean, lots of space, so I can still go outside and be socially distant from people. It's really beautiful. So today's really sunny. It's actually warm.
Yeah,
I really can't. I can't complain at all.
That sounds pretty nice. So you want to tell us a little bit about what we're about to hear?
Yeah, so it's all and now I can't remember what order I did it in, but it's all, yeah, I didn't do any covers. I'm starting to do covers now.
Cool.
Yeah, which is fun. I think it's good because I need to expand my guitar repertoire. But anyways, that's not what I did. And yeah, they're all from the past year or so. I started writing. I had a resurgence in my writing productivity in the past, or like 12 months ago. So it's all from that phase of life.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I really liked the first one that you did. You shuck me like an oyster. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. I like growing up in New England. It would always like totally freak me out watching people shuck oysters because it's like so like the poor oysters. They do not want to be opened.
Yeah.
And so I've been thinking about incorporating it in a song as like a metaphor for a while. So tried it out. So I was like, I don't know if this just sounds a little ridiculous, but
no, I really liked it personally.
Oh, great.
Yeah. But anyway, let's have a listen to that, and then we'll be right back.
You're the only man I gave my secrets to. Can I ask you a question? That's all I want from you. Oh, I'll be in Arizona in a week or so. I'll try to hold it against you if you ask me to go. 'Cause I shucked my own self open like an oyster just for you, and I twist a knife in my own side to give what you wanted me to. Oh, you wrote she looked just like me on the bus from Boston to New York. Did the thought of me linger? Did it leave a spark? Oh, you said you'd miss the mornings most. Do you still remember, tangled in the early light, how I last kissed shoulder. Oh, I shook my own self open like an oyster just for you, and I twist a knife in my own side to give what you wanted me to. Oh, I claim no need for apologies. Well, that might have been a lie. Oh, I cried tears of relief as I read your last few lines. You once asked me if you should stay. Oh, what could I choose? Guess I'm only ever honest when there's nothing left to lose. I guess it's my own damn fault. Never been one for self-preservation. 'Cause shook my own self open like an oyster just for you, and I twist a knife in my own side to give what you wanted me to.
We are now back with Mimi Tanski. So, Mimi, why don't you tell us a little bit about your writing process as a songwriter?
So usually it changes. I try to intentionally switch it up a little bit, in terms of, I think I used to always write, the music at the same time as the words. And I've been trying to separate those out a little bit and write more separately, because I think then you're more intentional about what you're writing about, or there's benefits to both. So the oyster shucking song, I pretty much wrote as like a poem completely first, and had no music. And then eventually I decided I wanted to use this open tuning for it. And kind of fiddled around and then changed the words a little bit to sort of fit the rhythm that came out. But I've been really enjoying kind of separating the processes a little bit. I wish I wrote, like, I remember, like, I've read about other songwriters who write more fictional. I see that as like a more advanced, like, I aspire to that.
Yeah.
But at the moment, it's like very self-involved and about myself and my feelings, hopefully in ways that are relatable. But yeah.
It's funny. That's cool though. You know, like whenever I write songs, I guess it used to be that I used to write these things that were like totally fictional, like they would have to be fictional. And then for some reason, like it took me forever to get to a point where I could actually like write about myself, you know?
Uh-huh.
So I don't know. I guess everybody has like a really different process. So another thing I wanted to ask you, like, you just have this like absolutely like crazy, like ethereal singing voice, right? And it's totally different from the way that you talk. Like, did you practice that? How did you like come upon that? I guess, like, what's your training as a singer?
I think it's always been, I mean, I did have some classical training in high school. Yeah, I always wish my talking voice was different. I wish I sounded like Kate Blanchett. I don't. I like in middle school, I sang in this girls' choir and had never really sung before that. And people were like, why does your singing voice sound so different from your talking voice? So I think it's just the way my vocal cords are. Or maybe I do something really weird with my talking voice that I don't realize.
Cool. That's actually, I don't know. That's interesting. I always wanted to ask you that. So,
I mean, I think it's also, I grew up with the Cranberries and a lot of that kind of thing. So I think it just kind of, and Joni Mitchell. So it kind of maybe just like osmosis, Natalie.
Yeah.
Mitchell.
That kind of like sound. So what have you been doing to like pass the time, other than playing music lately? Like,
I've, a lot of thinking. I've been applying to jobs.
Yeah.
Any people who are looking for jobs, check out the Massachusetts. It's hiring a bunch of people to do contact tracing, which is remote. So doing that. My sister, it's a very long story, but through my sister's friend who is Chinese, we've been trying to import masks, which has been a real learning experience, and the whole thing's a giant mess. And you want to help, but you also don't want to be just another buyer that's clamoring up the thing and driving prices up. So that was a lot of, now we're just waiting on stuff in China to come together, but that's been a lot of time, which was good. Cause I think the first week I mostly just sat on the couch and didn't do any music and like watch the news. And I don't recommend. 10
yeah.
10
Don't watch the news. Yeah.
You have your whole life to love him, they say. Go find a home. Go run away. All I want is to hear it from your mouth. Maybe in a restaurant several years from now. Tell me that you care. I won't lay down on the floor or open my arms wide like I did before. I'll tell you I was scared. You'll admit that you were bored and listen like you never did before. I was a sculptor then, carved my body and my soul till there was nothing left to hate or to hold. All I want is to hear it from your mouth. Maybe in a restaurant several years from now. Tell me that you care. I won't lay down on the floor. Open my arms wide like I did before. I'll tell you I was scared. You'll admit that you were bored and listen like you never did before. Were you only being honest? Is that really all you wanted from me? From me? Now I know my worth to you, set in your actions and your rules. Drew the lines you were willing to cross. Are you mourning your loss? All I want is to hear it from your mouth. Maybe in a restaurant several years from now. Tell me that you care. I won't lay down on the floors and open my arms wide like I did before. I'll tell you I was scared. You'll admit that you were bored and listen like you never did before. I'll tell you I was scared. You'll admit that you were bored and listen like you never did before. She has a secret she'll never say. Once wished the flood had been higher to justify her pain. That wasn't a flood, girl. Did you read the Bible? Did you build an ark for your survival? Did sweat pour out of your limbs? Did you suffer enough to sink far into the earth and more from nymph to spring? Did you beg the river, fight for your silence, fall apart in reeds to escape the violence? You didn't board your windows or know how the wind would blow. There are still watermarks at her waist on the walls. There are still watermarks at her waist on the walls. Why did you laugh in your discomfort? If you drank less, maybe you'd remember. Why didn't you run? He might let you. And if you felt less, it would not follow you. You didn't board your windows or know how the wind would blow. There are still watermarks at her waist on the walls. There are still watermarks at her waist on the walls. Why are you drowning, drowning in air? Why are you drowning, drowning in air? Why are you drowning in air? You didn't board your windows or know how the wind would blow. There are still watermarks at her waist on the walls. There are still watermarks at her waist on the walls.
Well, we're under curfew now. I don't know if you caught that yesterday.
I saw that. It's pretty wild.
It's a little bit wild. I didn't think that was something that was going to happen in my lifetime, but
yeah, no, it feels like we're in I loved historical fiction as a kid. It feels like we're in a World War II.
Yeah, right. So why don't you tell me a little bit more about sourcing masks? Like, what does that entail? What's that like?
So first we had to found an LLC.
Okay.
I'm not a business person. I do social work. So this is like really, my sister's more of the business person. And then we were, we had to get FDA, register with the FDA. And then a big part of it was getting up to speed on what all the FDA regulations are. There are some exemptions for emergency use, figuring those out, and then making sure that the suppliers, one of the big issues is there's a lot of scams right now. So we actually have a person in Shanghai going to check the factories and make sure that the people are who they say they are, and that the factory, that everything lines up. And it's a global, every country doesn't have enough masks. I mean, my mom's side of the family's French, and we got a newspaper article from them complaining about how the Americans are outbidding the French, like on the tarmacs.
Yeah, I read about that. Yeah.
Really? Yeah. So, and then you also read about stuff in the US about like over 200 million masks being exported from the US a day. So hopefully we're helping and not just adding to the frenzy, but it's just, yeah.
Yep. It's a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
I had a dream you were the Isle of Skye. Drove all through the pale blue night. I'd never find your border. You'd recede as I drew closer. Oh, remember when you said, isn't rather seeing her dead than with somebody else, something like love. I think I called it selfish, but I only half meant it. Maybe it's all I wanted from you. I didn't mean to beg. I only wanted stone stairs, you rolled a cigarette, saying it's a momentous occasion. I'll see you, God knows when. I have foolish fantasies. You say fly to Portugal and meet me. We'll go here, Bernardes, and everything will make sense. I didn't mean to beg. I only wanted in your head. I only wanted to beg. I only wanted in your head. I had a dream you were the high sky.
And is there anything else that you would like to say to our audience? You know, when we end on this, like, what a way to end it, right?
Keep listening to musicians and streaming them, and especially the I'm currently unemployed, but because I was between jobs, not because I was depending on music for my income. But yeah, if you know artists who are streaming stuff and have optional tip jars, I just fixed my Venmo account so I could actually do that. But yeah, keep supporting the musicians you follow.
That's awesome. And so thanks everybody for tuning into Quarantine Cafe. This was Mimi Tanski. I was your host, Callum. I guess I still am tomorrow. And tune in tomorrow at noon. Thank you so much, Mimi.
Thank you.